Hello, hello, hello. Just want to say welcome back to those who watch normally or semi-normally. And also definitely want to say welcome to my new subscribers. I have a chunk that just came in. And I definitely want to give a shout out to Becca at Sambry Stitches. I know she did an Instagram post pushing to get me to 1,000, and then she did a giveaway on her channel to also help support get me to 1,000, and I appreciate it. And congratulations to her for getting 4,000. It's amazing. So yes, I now have over 1,000 subscribers. So exciting. I didn't think that like 1,000, I mean, just stop and think about that. There are 1,000 people that at some point was interested in what I had to say. It's crazy. Or maybe they were just interested in what I had to show. Didn't care what I had to say. But yeah, so I'm definitely going to be doing a little special giveaway in celebration, and I'll go over that a little bit later. I'm switching things up a little bit. I know last time I did a Hot Mess Express at the end, which I will continue doing that. But I always do want to, in the beginning, tell what the topic is. That way, you know, some topics interest people more, you know, more than others. And so we are still in February, which is Black History Month. And it's kind of crazy story. I was really trying to think about who I wanted to do, and I'd already done, you know, Harriet Tubman, and already done Clementine Hunter. And so I was debating on whether I should do a guy or if I wanted to do another female. And the message came through the fact that I'm rewatching Gossip Girl, which sounds ridiculous. Sorry, the wind was blowing and like the trees were really, and I was like, oh. Okay. Yeah, so I'm rewatching Gossip Girl, and there is a scene in there where Tyra Banks is the she's one of the guests on the show. Not as herself, but she's playing an actress who plays Josephine Baker. And they mention about a very quick, brief little fact that I actually didn't even know if it was true or not, about her involvement spying on the Germans during World War II. So I looked up Miss Josephine Baker to see if that was actually true, and it is. So that is who we're going to be doing for Hot Mess Express story time, is Josephine Baker. So that should be pretty interesting. I mean, most of them are interesting, but I mean, I don't know. She led a really interesting, cool life anyways. So yes, that's who Hot Mess Express is going to be. It'll be at the end. I normally start off with giveaway winners, but I didn't have a giveaway last time. And then I normally go to personal haul. Well, so I bought an embarrassing amount of fabric from Volcano Stitching. She has on Friday nights on the Facebook group, Volcano Stitching, and it's a private Facebook group. She has kind of set up like Brandy at Be Stitch Me does with the Friday night fight nights. She doesn't call it fight night, obviously. That's Brandy's thing. I can't remember what she calls it. But she's new to doing it, so there's not a ton of people in the group yet. So it's very easy to be the first person to say me, please. And then by the time you're done, you have 30 some pieces of fabric. I don't know if it was, I mean, they were all gorgeous and I liked them and I wanted them. But I also don't know if it was like that feeling of winning, which doesn't happen all that often with the other groups, because they're already very populated with people trying to get the stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was just an adrenaline rush that I was being the first to comment, and so I just kind of went a little bananas. So I'm going to do it towards the end, to probably be right before Hot Mess Express, just because if you don't want to see, I mean, I don't know why people wouldn't want to see like 30 pieces of beautiful fabric, but you know, some people, it's not their thing. They don't care about what I bought for myself, and have no interest. So to each their own. Yeah, so I'm gonna move personal haul just because it's embarrassing how much fabric I got. I was taking all of it out of the plastic today and I'm piling it up. I'm just like, I almost didn't even want to show you guys. It's that embarrassing. Yeah. All right. And I gotta get my hairs did. It's bad. Okay, Needlework Expo. So I am attending Needlework Expo. And you know, they've got, you can follow them on Instagram and see they're gathering all the designers, sneak peeks, and or now that they're actually just showing full patterns, they're gathering all that. So if you just follow Needlework Expo, it would be really easy to see everything in one place. I'm really excited. I am doing, for my shop, I'm not doing pre-orders on anything because I've talked about it before. It makes me very nervous to sell something to somebody without having it in my hand. I just don't feel comfortable. So, but what I am doing is letting people send me a list of the things they want. Because also I don't want to buy a bunch of stuff nobody wants. Also, it's money and work. So, my customers, I'm letting them send me a list of the things that they want, and I will order those things. And then when I get them in, I will do a custom order link for the different people and send them the link, and then they can check out, and then I'll mail the stuff to them. But I do need those lists in by like March 4th or 5th. So that's Thursday and Friday of this week, because today is February 28th. I think I said that before. Oh, and this is Flosstube number 28, and I don't even think I said who the hell I am. I'm Bobby. Welcome. Jeez. I wish I could say that, this wasn't an indication of how they all go, but I'm on point. It's fine. Yeah, so I need those lists, March 4th and 5th, if I could get those. And that way, because first thing Saturday morning, I'm going to start going in to the virtual booths and buying things. So I want to make sure everybody gets their list in so I can get what everybody needs. Yeah, I want to make sure, because I haven't really talked about it very much on here. And I guess I was just waiting for it to get closer. I don't know. And I guess this is all like housekeeping stuff. This is like announcements. So I haven't decided. I think it's going to be a separate video. I don't think it's going to be part of my Flosstube. So only because there's a lot of people sending in really good questions for the hubs Q&A. And I don't want to sit here and feel rushed. With answering questions, I want me and him to feel like, relaxed and just answer as we will, and I'll edit as I need to. I've already told him he has to be careful about his mouth because I don't know how to bleep. I mean, if I know how to bleep, it would be fine, although then it would, you may not understand the sentence after I did that. But I think I'm gonna have it a standalone video. Those who are interested in seeing it can watch it, and those who could care less don't have to. And it's not in the middle other things that they want to watch. I think it'll be fun. I know he's excited. He thinks my channel is gonna blow up after he gets on it. He's so cute. Hey, well, he either said it's either gonna blow up or everybody's gonna unsubscribe. So, yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna have a standalone video of that, you know, just to, that way we don't feel rushed. I don't want to feel rushed. I want it to just be like me and him having a conversation like we normally do. So, I also wanted to talk about these. Aren't they cute? There's a sparkly. Can you see it? Ooh, sparkly, sparkly, sparkly. So my girl Amy, who is, she does Color Street, and it's, Creativity by Gidge is her Flosstube. And it's because I can read it right here. Because as soon as I walk away, I'm always like, is it creativity or is it creatively? It's Creativity by Gidge. And so, yeah, so she does Color Street. And I know Michelle G, Bendy Stitchy, she talks about them. And I just assumed, this is what you get for assuming. I just assumed they were like Jamberry. I used to sell Jamberry. I like Jamberry. I don't even know if Jamberry is still in business. I have probably 50 Jamberry nails that are over there, vinyls. But they're vinyls. You have to heat them up and you put them on. They're a pain in the ass, to be honest. Once they're on, I love them because then you don't have to deal with it, because I can't do nail polish at all. I know there's shows about stitching. And now we're talking about nails, but I can't do nail polish at all. I am rough on some nails. Rough. I can't even do the gels where they, like, you know, at the salon where you stick them in and then they supposedly like harden or what. No, I can chip them in a day. It takes no time. So that's why I did like the Jamberry. So when they kept talking about Color Street, I just assumed it was a different, you know, brand of them. But then I finally asked on one of Amy's lives, I was like, okay, what is Color Street? Is it like Jamberry? And she's like, yes, but no. So what it is, it's nail polish. Like when you open the thing, you can smell the nail polish, which was interesting. And it's like almost dry nail polish, which sounds weird. But, and you have all the different sizes or whatever, and you literally just peel film off, peel this off of backing, stick it on your nail, rub it down, but you have to be careful because I'm used to being super, super rough because the Jamberry ones were vinyl and you could pull and stretch and all kinds of, you couldn't tear them. These you could tear, so you gotta be careful. But my favorite part was just, you know, you take your thumb to smooth it down, and then you just take your finger and you do this to the ends, and it kind of just, because of your nail, it just kind of breaks it off, and then you pull off the excess and toss it or whatever. And y'all, I probably, first time doing them, they ain't the best just because it was my first time doing them. But I mean, they look good, don't they? And I would say it maybe, I don't even think it took me 15 minutes. I don't even think it took me 15 minutes. And I didn't know what I was doing. So once I know what I'm doing, I'm sure I'll be super fast. So yeah, I'm about to start ordering these. Because, and then you just can't put lotion on or get water on your hands or whatever for like 20 minutes. And I guess it's for that top coat to cure after you've pulled the plastic off the top. That's how it finishes drying. I don't know. I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm guessing then the top cures. And then they're not wet anymore. So yeah, I'm super pleased with these. As soon as I started trying to tell my husband, he's like, so what are you buying now? I was like, just listen, just listen. And the nails come with like a cute nail file, you know, in the little pack. It comes with a nail file and it comes with an alcohol. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. There's a gnat in here. Where the hell did he come from? Oh, I hate Peter Gnats. Okay, so, I gotta kill him. Ah, I got him. Oh, sorry. I had to get him. He was gonna bug me. And I hope all his friends saw it. And they don't come near me if they're in here too. I don't know what I was saying. I mean, killing an insect just completely took me off task. Oh, alcohol swab. So that you can just clean your nail beds beforehand. So, okay. All right. You guys are not going to believe this, and you're not going to know who the hell I am. I got 2 finishes this week. What? That is 3 this month. Is that true? Was it only 3 this month? Yes, because I think I finished Elizabeth Bathory actually in January. Yeah. I don't know if that's true. Oh my gosh, I'm already yawning. Can I keep myself awake? It's ridiculous. Okay. I'm excited. All right, so the first of the finish I got was my Primitive Hair, the Pendle Hill Witches. And this has been a whip. It's not my oldest, sadly, but not far off. It's from April 17th of 2020. So it must have been like a birthday start, because that's the day before my birthday. Or I don't even think I was really didn't know people were doing birthday starts and that kind of stuff. Then I just started it because I wanted to. So without further ado, there it is. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I mean, it's going to go in something, but I got to figure out this whole witch situation and how I want to do, because I still want to do the Salem Witch Trials by the Little Stitcher, and I want to do Bridget Bishop by her. There's a few more Primitive Hair ones I want to do, like Early Witches. I did Pickety. I did her. She's a finish. So I know I'm putting her in a shadow box, but I want to figure out my plan. You know what I mean? Like I want to figure out how I want to display them, because they're going to be all year round, and they're probably going to be in the creepy guest bedroom. Along with the black and white photos of creepy trees and random women just standing in the middle of the trees with dresses on. It's my thing. So yeah, that's what, I just got to make sure, I keep some type of theme to where they'll work right together. So that was my first finish. My second finish is actually not mine. It's for a friend. And it's the Witchy Stitcher Ouija board. I did not do the planchette, I don't know how to say it, whatever it is. I didn't do that part. So I am not fully finishing this for her. Here it is. I'm not fully finishing it for her because she doesn't know how she wants to, because I always give her artwork. She's run out of walls because I find cool stuff like, I don't know, the blueprints of Cinderella's castle, that kind of stuff. And over the years, so like I've taken up most of her wall space and none of it was with stitching. So I'm just gonna hasn't decided how she wants to display it, and she wants it displayed year round. So yeah, so I just told her, I was like, all right, well, I'll give it to you unfinished finish, so then you can do whatever you want with it, however you want. So I mean, I kind of got off easy, but yeah, so this was supposed to originally be her, I think it actually started off as her Christmas present for 19. And then it got pushed to, okay, it'll be her birthday present for 2020. And that was August. Then it got pushed to, okay, it's going to be her Christmas gift for 2020. And it is still her Christmas gift for 2020, even though it's February. Because I did show her around Christmas time. I was like, I'm not going to be done with it yet, but here it is in all of its glory. It's going to be amazing, though. And of course, she was like, just whenever, it's fine. And she likes it. So, yay for me. All right, now let me get into whips. So we had a Zoom call with Michelle from Bendy Stitchy. There was about 23 of us on it. It was really fun. Gary from Sunshine Stitchers. I don't know why my mouth wants to go when I try to say. I have to like really slow speak. Speak slow. Okay. So it was fun. We had a good time. And so all I did was really put back the stitches that I had to frog last Zoom. Because last Zoom I put in a nice amount of stitches I showed on here and ripped them all out right afterwards. So I got those put back in plus more. So what we're working on in that Zoom, and the whole point of being on the Zoom is you have to be working on this pattern. That's part of the deal. It's Halloween Quaker by Lila's Studio. Just love this pattern. It's amazing. And I am working on this giant motif right here. Figure I'll just get him, well, I always start top left anyways, but it'll be nice to just get him out of the way because I think the only one that then looks really dense and it's not even a full motif is this one down here. Although those pumpkins look rough, but this one down here, but it's only half a motif from the edge. So this also works for if anybody's doing the hashtag Stitch Asia. This also works because Lila, she is Asian American. So it works for a couple of things. There's where I'm at. So it's coming along. I feel like I worked on it for hours and I feel like my progress is very little. This fabric right here is XG Design. It's early Halloween. It is one of my new favorites right now. I think you could just put, I mean, so like, it doesn't have to have Halloween stuff on it. Like you could put anything on it. I love it. Love it. So that's one of the whips I touched this week. I did not get to touch, the Headless Woman, which I was very upset about. I wasn't very upset about it. It was, you know, I was sad, but I got 2 finishes. So, I was really pushing hard on Pendle Hill and doing that at work. During my lunch, and normally that's when I would have done the Headless Woman. So I just pushed through to get the finishes so I can feel good going into March Madness since I'm going to have 4 new starts for that. So, all right, and my other whip I'm doing with a friend of mine, and I don't know if she wants me to say her name or not. I need to ask her. I was dumb. I didn't ask her. But anywho, we're doing this. It's Alice by RATM. I love this pattern so much. And I am stitching it. And I mean the flosses, these are all DMC. I just love them. They're so pretty. And I'm doing this on Fortnite. It is 18 count. And it's Liver Pudding by Fortnite Fabrics. I felt like it's a little smaller than 18 count. Because I'm using one, because 2 strands on this looked really thick and heavy. So I'm only doing 1 strand. Whereas Quaker Halloween is also 18 count, but I'm using 2 strands, and it is definitely full coverage, but doesn't look thick and bunchy, so I don't know. But there's my start on her. So it's just part of her dress and her hair. And it's what's on the first page. So like, I didn't just randomly pick to stop. And I guess that's probably her headband that goes there. Now that I'm looking at the pattern. So the next page must have her headband and then her face. But I put a few stitches in it the other night. And my goal for this one is we're saying we have to do 200 stitches a month in it. And I know she was working on it. Because she just got, I mean, she ordered it from me. And so she just got the pattern in last weekend. And so she was trying to fight to get her 200 stitches in it by the end of today. So, which I had time. I cheated. I already had it and had it kitted up and everything. So I had a head start. All right. So now I have 0 new starts, but of course that's about to change. I think Tuesday will be a new start. So my plans for this go around is the March Madness, and I'll just flip through those real quick again, just because if you're new, you didn't watch last week's, you'll know what's to come. Also, just to refresh everybody that on Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram at Pumpkin Creek Primitives, you'll be able to see my posts anyways. But also there's the hashtag for March Madness. That is SCS March Madness 2021. And it's the Steel City Stitchers are actually hosting the hashtag or whatever. But that's where everybody's stuff is going to go in. Their polls to vote. Now, the only thing I haven't thought about, because I guess the voting is done as a story. I hope that's not true. I bet it is, though. Why else would you have a poll? You wouldn't want to poll up there too long. But so the stories only last 24 hours. I miss stories all the time and I hate it. Like, people will tag me and then I go in there and I'm like, oh, somebody tagged me, and I go to see what it is, and then the story has already disappeared and gone and I can't see it. Yeah. So hopefully I'll have people voting. I haven't decided. If nobody votes on either one, like if a post goes through and nobody saw it that day or whatever, or didn't care, and no, it doesn't get any votes, then what do I do? I guess flip a coin. One side is the whip, the other side's the new start. I don't know. Because my husband's the one that picked all of them, and I mean, I like them all, but like I said, none of them are sitting over there going, stitch me, stitch me. So I would have a hard time deciding. So I need to flip a coin or something. But the other new plan, so that's like my plans for the next month. It's March Madness. But within that, sometimes, because sometimes I'm just, once we get past this first couple weeks when I'm having to stitch on everything each day and narrowing it down. Once I get through that, I act like I'm not going to have another Flosstube in March. It sounds like I'm trying to tell you all my plans for March that you're not going to know until April. So silly. I'll have another video next week. Because that's also probably when we're going to do the husband's Q&A. But I also want to work in my Good Morning Maui, my haunted hitchhikers from the Haunted Mansion. I want to get this back in, working on it, because string. I'll show you where I'm at. So this is the next thing that I feel like has been riding around in my bag that I'm probably the closest to getting a finish on, and I probably could. He's wrinkly. Sorry. It won't take me long to stitch those, that dude and then the other 2 dudes, I don't think. Although there's more stitches in there than you realize, but this is 14 count. This is Picture This Plus, which you will see more of this in just a second. Y'all see my backs? Oh, I did travel. Look at that. I traveled like crazy right there. I was like, forget that. I ain't cutting that off. Now, also, in my defense, this was like 4th or 5th thing I started, period, when I started cross-stitching. Because I'm also, to those new viewers, I am relatively new to this and got so crazy I opened a shop. Because I became so obsessed. So obsessed. Yeah, so it's okay if I traveled. But anyways, this is Picture This Plus. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how I had it wadded, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if you say Mira, like it's M-I-R-E, or is that just mirror? I don't know. I'm gonna have this problem when I show it here in a minute. But I feel like, you know, murky gets a lot of talk and everybody's always talking about murky and I got to get some murky. And I feel like this right here has been so unappreciated, I guess. You don't hear much people talking about this one, and I think this one is even better than murky. Popular thoughts. I mean, or should I say unpopular thoughts? It's just my opinion, but I love this one. Love it. I actually think I like it better than murky. So that is a plan, to be working this into the stitching I'm doing in March. And then also I have for St. Patrick's Day, I will have a new start that has nothing to do with March Madness. And it's the Patrick, forgot his wife's name. It's the Gobble couple. That's the St. Patrick's Day ones by RETM. So yeah, love it. All right, guys, let's do shop haul. We're already at shop haul. 30 minutes in. Well, that's because the personal hauls at the end is gonna take a while. This is too, just because it's a lot of fabric. And this video literally is going to be like the one with all the fabric between my personal fabric haul and then my shop fabric. It's a little ridiculous. And actually I just totally jumped ahead. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to show you my March Madness stuff. And then I literally just said, okay, shop haul. I'd fire me if I could. All right, let's get this. Sorry, I'm reaching. Oh, too many project bags. I mean, you could never have too many project bags, but. All right, so very quickly. And then the only ones I'm going to pull out are the ones where I actually added fabric, because I had a couple I didn't have fabric for. So my husband picked for March 1st. So this is what I'm starting on Monday. Well, not starting, it's a whip. What I'm going to stitch on Monday is the Stitching with the Housewives Trucking Along June. I'm just going to leave it in there. Y'all can see that. So all I really have done are like the strawberries up here around June and some of that border. And he is pairing that up with a new start. So on March 2nd, I stitch on this for one day. And then March 2nd, I'm stitching on a new start, which is this tribal pig. And I have to admit, I've got the fabric in there I showed y'all last week. I'm still debating on that fabric. I don't know what, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I just keep feeling like it's just not what I want to do it on. So, I don't know. All right, so then on Wednesday, the whip he picked for me to work on is by Needle Bling Designs, and it's Rear View Pumpkin. So we have 2 trucks in there. So, I mean, it's cute. It's fine. I literally have 10 stitches in this, probably. So, I mean, it can almost be the new start versus a whip. But it's because I had half the truck done and they were all messed up. And it was an early stitch I started. And so, I didn't realize at that time that your X's need to go the same direction all the time. So, it was a hot mess. I ripped it all out. And then put 10 stitches in it. But, and then he's got that paired up against a new start, Camp Crystal Lake, which I will be doing that on Thursday. And I did not pick yellow fabric for it. It's the Witchy Stitcher. I'm obsessed with Friday the 13th. It is by far my favorite slasher movie. They're so funny. I laugh at them. And I'm going to put this on what I like to call the Voldemort fabric because it's by the people we shall not name. But the fabric is amazing. So it's going on this dirty, dirty fabric, which I have talked about it before. I need somebody to figure out how to make me some. Jody, just put it under an engine for a while. I think that is how you get it. I mean, it's very heavily coffee smell. So, and then, so on Friday, is that right? Is that Friday? Yeah, the 5th is Friday. He picked for me the whip. He picked his Snoopy Adventure Park. Okay, so this is a full coverage piece. He obviously did not get the memo that some of the point of this was to have an FFO by the end, but yeah, I'm not doing that. We're just pulling whips I haven't touched in a very long time, and we're putting stitches in them. That's what we're doing. And this is a full coverage piece that I probably have 150 stitches in, and that's it. Yeah, this is what happens when you're just like, here, honey, you pick for me because I think that would be fun. All right, so he has this, which I just realized this. He has the largest size chart going against the smallest one. So funny. So, on Saturday, which I guess it's good that the small one's on Saturday because that starts Needlework Expo. So, yeah. We have the Stitching Bee by Little House Needleworks. That's so cute. But yeah, he has that new start paired up against the giant Snoopy. And I do not have fabric in this one yet. Is that true? Yeah, just make sure it wasn't hiding behind there. Because I'm going to totally pick something out of this giant box of fabric that I just bought. I just didn't want to pull it out. I wanted to keep my haul together. All right, so then on Sunday, the whip he has me working on, it's called When I Saw You, and it's by the Snowflower Diaries, and it's from the 2018 summer issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitch magazine. And this, it's so funny that he picked this, and I said this last time. This was supposed to be his anniversary gift. This was I was hiding this. I did not want him to know that I was doing this, read it, nothing. And my dumbass forgot to pull it out of the, my whip tote. When I said, here's all my whips, just pick 4. So, yeah. And then he paired that up. So on Monday, the March 8th, I will be working on my new start of my, I'm losing a bag, Bent Creek Quaker Ghost, which is so stinking cute. I mean, it is really, really cute. And I don't know why I haven't started yet. I mean, probably because I have 500 other things. But I picked fabric for this. And this was Volcano Stitching. This is one I already had from her. This is not from the new haul. This is 18 count Ada. Isn't that pretty? And since it's basically, I love it. And I think it's going to be great with this ghost because the ghost is, it's all just white. Technically it's whitewash by Weeks Dye Works, but yeah, it's going to work great. That white's going to really pop on that purple. It's like a purple gray. Oh, is that? Yeah, you can tell that's purple gray. All right, sorry. These are all sliding out of my lap. So yeah, so the hashtag is SCS March Madness 2021. If you want to get out there on Instagram and vote on like tons of people are doing it. Using the hashtag. If you follow the hashtag, you should be able to see all the voting. And then, of course, if you follow me, Pumpkin Creek Primitives on Instagram, you'll see mine that you can vote on to make sure mine don't get lost in what everybody else is doing. So, yeah, let me take a sippy sip of my Dr. K. It's not the Food Lion off-brand. Husband went shopping. It's fine. They taste the same. Okay. Now, we're going to get into shop haul. But before we do that, I am doing 4 giveaways. Right? 4 giveaways. 2 of them, not everyone has a chance to win. But 2 of them, everybody has a chance to win. And I'll ship anywhere because well, part of it I don't have to ship. Only one of them I have to. But I had said way back, like first or second video maybe, that if I ever got to 1,000 subscribers, then I would do a giveaway for a Q-snap. Since I had bought all the Q-snap sizes, I have one that's already out of the package and it's put together, so I feel like I can't really, I think there are 2 of them I Frankenstein, and I feel like I can't give that away because I already opened it and took it out of the package. But I have this 8x8 and I have a 6x6, so 6x6 may be given away at a different time, but I thought I would do the 8x8. I know that's not huge, but I mean, it's free, right? So I just didn't know I was a stitch and hand girl. I bought all the accessories when I started before I actually put my first stitch in like an idiot. So I was like, all the rage. Everybody on Flosstubes using Q-snaps. They're all the rage. So I bought a bunch of Q-snaps. I don't use them. So it's still in the package. Never been opened. 8x8. So in order to be, to win this, all I need for you to do is somewhere in your comment, you may need to make notes because if you want something, another one of the things later that I announce, you have to be, there'll be a different word, but we're just going to use Q-snap for this word since it's a Q-snap. Just let me know. Don't say giveaway, don't say freebies, don't say anything like that, because then the trolls come out, they find it, and they try to win the stuff when they don't even know what the hell it is. So we don't want that. Have to be over the age of 18 because I have to ask for this. I have to ask you for your address. So, yeah. So just tell me, do you use Q-snaps or do you not use Q-snaps? And then that way, Q-snap is in there. And, yeah. And then I'll send this to you. So that's the first... Sorry, a sticker situation over here. So that's the first giveaway. The other thing that I'm going to do is, and hopefully, and one of these I think will work out. The other one we'll see, and I may have to do a rolling. It may be a giveaway that lasts for a while, trying to find the person. So I wanted to do, $15 gift cards to my shop on Etsy. And I'm going to do 2 of them. One to my first subscriber who may not watch at all. That's the one that's could go downhill real quick. So if this person does not watch anymore, and I'm going to give a week, and I know that's tough because I get behind on Flosstubes and don't watch. But I'm going to give y'all a week for that person to contact me. And then if not, if I don't have anything by next week when I record, I'll move to the second subscriber until I've got somebody. But my first subscriber was Sam Robson, Robson. Robson. So, and technically my first 2 subscribers were 2 of my friends that don't even cross stitch, so they don't count. I'm not gonna let them win a $15 gift card to my shop when they don't cross stitch. They were just being super supportive. So, and I don't think they watched, they just subscribed. And actually I think they subscribed back when this wasn't cross stitching at all. It was when I had a Flosstube about, when I was on Weight Watchers. So it definitely don't count. So yeah, so when this became a Flosstube, my first subscriber was Sam Robson. So Sam, let me know down in the comments, or not down in the comments, email me, and I'll be able to get you that coupon code for $15 off of my shop. And then the second $15 gift card is to my 1000th subscriber. And her name is Lorraine. And she actually has a Flosstube. It's Rags to Stitches USA. And I watched some of her Flosstube the other day at work. And I really enjoyed it. And so I've subscribed to her. But yeah, so Lorraine, if you will just email me or reach out to me on Instagram, and then I'll get you the $15 coupon code for $15 off my shop. And then the last giveaway that I'm going to do, and I don't have a word yet, so you know how this works. I come up with a random word in the middle of somewhere, and it's going to be for another $15 off gift card for my shop, so that one of you guys have a chance to win that too, besides just the Q-Snap. So, not sure what my word is yet, but we'll get there. All right, shop haul. So this one is it's a lot, just because it's fabric. There's so much fabric. And it's all Picture This Plus, which I know y'all have all seen Picture This Plus. I ordered this in August, so it's a very interesting haul because it's not what I would purchase now necessarily for my shop. But it is what it is. All right, so we got 14 count Aida cauldron. Just gonna open them up a little bit because I think most people know Picture This Plus. This, I don't know how well it's shown. It's purple. It's a purpley, very light purple. It's very pretty. Some of these did not show up well at all on my photos. I'm very concerned, so I'm gonna have to write. When I get to it, I'll have to tell you the one showed up totally different. I'm gonna have to write on there. It's purple. This is Twilight, and this is 18 count Aida. This one is so pretty. So I did get some 18 counts, but that was when I piled on to my first order, because my first order just had some 14 counts and had linen, because I thought I was going to stitch on linen, and then I hated linen, so then I went in and made a few 18 counts, not very many, and I think it was actually at a request of a friend of mine, and I was putting in Lagana back then because that's what I thought I liked. I don't like it either. Otherwise, I'd have had a lot more 18 counts. So, this is also 18 count. This is Legacy. That is a very beautiful neutral. It is very, it's showing up, I don't know, it's showing up kind of true. I feel like it's a little darker over on my side of the camera. Y'all see how nice I have these so I can just pull them out. This one, Shale. This is 18 count. It looks great. It's purple. It is purple. It's 100% purple. And it is going to show, I don't even know if I could have anything to pull that, try to put any kind of weird colors next to it to pull it. Let's see if white does. Do I have white? I don't have any white. No, it's not going to pull it. It's purple. I mean, let's see. This is purple. Sorry, crinkle. Does that help pull it any of that purple? No. It's purple. Just trust me. It's a very mauve-y purple. I don't know if that's the right word. I mean, I love it. But it's purple, and it's not showing purple. So I definitely feel like I got to put something on my shop that says, it's purple, guys. Heads up. This is 18 count Storm. I love it. I also have to place another order with XG Design because I'm getting almost down to not having any. Just crazy. Crazy. This is 14 count Ada. Nope. Yep. 14 count Ada. It's Alchemy. This is definitely, it's a blue. There you go. It's a blue. It's a blue-gray. It's very pretty. And if y'all don't know, like, Picture This Plus, I think you can tell when I'm holding this up and how I've folded it. Like, it's very soft. Very soft. I have a friend that's just blowing up my text, and I told her I was filming. This is 14 count Ada Murky. Now, this is how I know where I was at in my journey, because I would have 100% got Murky in 18 count. And, because that's now what it's my jam, and I love it. But no, I got it in 14, and I got a giant thing of it in Lugana. You know. But I have placed another order with Picture This Plus, and I should get it in 6 months. Yeah. This is 14 count Eek. I always think on their card colors, when you look on their website, Eek looks orange and black, and looks like it would be a great Halloween. And I'm not saying it wouldn't work for Halloween, but I will tell you, this to me is like a sherbety orange. It's like a peachy, pinky orange. It's still cute. It's just not the deep orange that I feel like it looks like on their website. Which, again, I know how hard it is to photograph fabric, so I ain't saying nothing. This is 14 count Haunted. Look how gorgeous that is. Let me open that up further because it's got some wrinkles. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. Sorry. These are all mine. So I don't know, really, I don't have to fold them back up. Well, all the Adas are mine. I didn't keep any of the linens or any of the Lugana because I have giant piles of linen and Lugana out there that I'm not touching. So there's no need for me to. All right, so this is the one I feel like just doesn't get the attention it should. And it's the Mire, M-I-R-E. This is 14 count. I mean, you guys, it's so beautiful. Oh, maybe it's just my opinion, but I feel like this is just as sexy as Murky. But I don't ever see anybody really using this. Maybe I'm just not paying attention. Or maybe I'm not saying it right, and they're saying it correctly, and it's not. And I don't think they're, I don't realize what they're saying. There's always that. Always. All right, now we've moved on to the linen. This is 32 count linen. It is oaken. It's so pretty. I definitely ordered some of this in 18 count for next time. So come back and see me in 6 months. I ordered a lot more. I even ordered new colors that I didn't have here. I ordered like Voodoo and some other bright colors. This is 32 count linen de Bloom. It's nice. And now my nose is itching. Right there. Sorry, these bags are probably also loud. 32 count linen. This is Ren. So I did get in the linen some neutrals. Since I think the linens, more people like neutral than they do the bright colors. This is 32 count linen. It's vellum. So I start feeling like all these start just looking the same. I mean, this one's definitely the lightest one I think I got. And this is 32 count linen. This is Legacy, which I think a lot of people use. I feel like it looks like the last three I showed. I mean, like, they don't when they're right next to each other, but the shade difference to me is like, it's not drastically different. So, all right. So my bigger counts of Lugana. So I got half yards. So here is Haunted, 32 count Lugana. It's a 27 by 36, so it's a half yard. I'm not going to unfold the whole thing, but just to, oh my God, that's so gorgeous. And it's folded in half. So, I mean, it is a big piece. Yeah, I definitely would have ordered this. I ordered these so that I could keep one and then put them in my shop too, and I don't even stitch on Lugana, really. So 32 count Lugana on this one too. It's murky, and it's a half yard. And don't get me wrong, murky is I like murky. But I just feel like that other color is just, nobody's talking about it. And I feel like it's just as sexy. So those are the only two that I have in half yards. And like, that's how it comes. Like, I'm not going to cut it. It's a half yard. So 32 count Lugana Gothic. I did place an order to get some of this in Ada the next go around because, I mean, it's gorgeous. And it is a deep purple and blue. I know I'm throwing out a lot of next time this and that, but just so you know, if you don't see what you like this time, I'll probably have it next time. This is 32 Lugana. This is Bramble. It does have some modeling, but it's light. Just some light modeling on that. And I do notice that, like, I don't really sell Lugana as well. So now I have all of this Lugana. So it should be interesting. This is 32 count Lugana. This is Ale. So it's pretty. I think I got this in Ada for next go around. And it's hard when you got to place your order 6 months out to know, like, because I mean, I don't know, I may blink an eye and all the Lugana sells out tomorrow and I'll be like, crap, I should have ordered more of that. But I mean, it is what it is until they get caught up. I definitely know I ordered some of this in Ada because I loved this color. It's 32 count Lugana, but it's Heritage. And I don't know if it's going to show up well. It is a very light green. I love it. Love it. So I definitely got that in Ada for next time. And I may have to add to my order also for linen because I don't know how fast this linen's going to go because everybody's having such a hard time getting pictures. Plus, I mean, they're 6 months out. 32 Lugana. This is Fawn. So I'm sure big stores are probably getting preference maybe over us little guys. I don't know. Or if it's just the order you are, the number that you got in the queue is the number you got in the queue. Yeah. So this is Alchemy again, but this is the 32 count Lugana. I love these. I just don't want to do the math. And it's not math while I'm stitching. Like, I always thought the stitching over 2 would be the difficult part. That's not. Like, your eye adjusts to that. It's the when I'm moving from one place to the next and you've got to double what you're moving to. That's, I mean, let's face it, I jack up so much on Ada when I'm straight counting. This is 32 count Lugana. This is Oaken. And I think I got some Oaken in the Ada because that is so pretty. And it's not really showing. It is a purple brown with some red. No, it's a very cool brown. I don't know how to describe it. And I don't think it's showing up really well. Some of these hues just do not capture in the camera or the video. That's tough. I mean, I had that happen once. I ordered a piece of fabric that in the picture, it was from an Etsy shop. In the picture, it looked like it was like this deep, dark, stormy gray. And it was so, oh, I fell in love with it. I got it in and it was like this color. It wasn't dark, it wasn't stormy, it wasn't gray. Beautiful. So I told her, I was like, no, I'm not upset, you know, but just not what I thought I ordered, but I'm gonna keep it and it's fine. This is Cauldron. This is 32 count Lugana. You know, I kept it. But that was before I even knew how hard it was to take pictures. Because I didn't have my shop at that point. But I'm telling you, it gets difficult. And here is the Myra, I don't know, M-I-R-E, 32 count Lugana on this one. I'm telling you, it's so gorgeous. So gorgeous. I love it. All right, so that's all the fabric that we got happening. All right, y'all. Oh, speaking of y'all. Not y'all, but the word y'all. We set this somewhere. Oh, my Jenga tower of sew sampler boxes. So I know a lot of people are trying to get away from saying you guys, which is funny because my whole middle school, junior high, I tried so hard to say you guys because everybody made fun of y'all. And I know all the people that are now saying you guys are trying not to say you guys and they're trying to say y'all. And I think it's hilarious that y'all is the all-inclusive one that us Southerners have been saying this whole time. And people made us feel dumb for saying y'all. Yeah. I think it's funny. I mean, it doesn't bother me. Of course, you know, you guys... I say you guys all the time to females. I also say dude. I don't mean it to have a gender associated with it, but I understand, you know, that it causes problems for some people. And so to be respectful, I try really hard not to say you guys. Dude is very hard for me because to me, dude is anybody I'm talking to. I mean, my dog is dude. He does stuff I'm like, dude, calm down. My cats are dude. Of course, he is a guy, but still, it doesn't matter. Everybody's a dude. Everybody's a dude. And I also say chick a lot. Like, this chick did this. And I don't mean disrespectful. It's just me. And it's how I say things. But I do like that I am now coming in style with y'all. So I just thought I would give a shout out to everybody that wants to say y'all now. Of course, y'all don't sound as country saying it as I do, but Yeah, it is what it is. It's fine. All right, let's move on to patterns that are coming in the shop tonight. Got my first Lizzie. Why did I get so loud? Was that really loud? I'm sorry. I feel like I was up here and I didn't need to be up here. My first Lizzie Kate. It's a snippet and it's Nevermore. And it's so cute, but I have not had Lizzie Kate in the shop yet. And my nails work perfect with this pattern. Of course, you know me, I'm a sucker. Anything Edgar Allan Poe, I'm getting. I'm a sucker for it. I can't help it. And I got some ink circles in because and I got some bobby hair hanging off this box. Okay. I only had one ink circle pattern and it didn't sell well, and it just could have been because nobody cared for that one pattern, but I'm gonna try some more because I like them. This is Lace Flowers. How pretty is that? And this is a 2021. Of course, it's designed by Tracy Horner. And then this one was how I started down this flower thing. It's Petal Pusher. And I love how they showed you the different, I'm all about that green one. All about that green one. And this one's from 2020. But showing it in the different colors, that green, here, let me get closer on that. Oh, can you even with that green and blue? Sorry, it's probably because green's my favorite color. I mean, I can't help it. I love it. And then we have Fairy Ring Around the Rosies. And then this one was from 2020. We come back so you can see that. And it's ink circle. I love it. Okay. And then I've got, this is not new. It's With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. It's Baltimore's Salt Box. I mean, it was 2020, but it's not brand new. I've been seeing it. I'm still trying to get Love Notes again. I mean, I had it sold out within like a day, and the distributor doesn't have any more. So, but in the meantime, I got Cottage Garden Valentine Sampler because I have the 2 Christmas ones and I have the 2 Halloween ones. So now we got to have Valentine's. So it's cute. And then I actually saw, I did not know this existed. I saw Whitney on 3 Trail Stitchers. She's stitching this, and it's called Witchboard. It's also by Cottage. The heck's her name again? Cottage Garden Samplers or Samplings. But Witchboard. How cool is that? I love it. It's like so simple and very primitive looking. I don't know. I just love it. Love it. So I was excited when I saw that. I was like, oh, I just saw somebody stitching that. So I got it. And this is, I don't know how to say the designer. Is it Heinzit? Hinzite? I don't know. But this is Cal. And it comes with that little bell charm. It's right there. To put on there. But I love it because it just reminds me of like the butcher, sorry, vegetarians, or vegans. It just reminds me of like butchers shops when they have everything. Of course, they're not really chopped up into their parts, but, and then pigs are a big deal in this household. We have lots of pig decoration, not pink pig necessarily, but white pigs, gray pigs, like cast iron pigs, all the pigs. And this is Dark Shadows, which is funny because that just reminds me of the movie and then, of course, the soap opera that was in the, I guess, late 70s. But it comes with all those little charms. It's really cute. I think it'd be, I mean, some dense stitching in there, but I think it would be pretty fast. All right. And then I got a couple samplers. This is Charlotte Kinsley Griffin, 1834. This is by Mill on the Floss Samplers. I'm not familiar with them, but that sampler is very beautiful. So, thought I would try out this designer. And I got another one by them. That's Alice Sarah Dennis, 1834. And it's a Norfolk sampler. Of course, it has Adam and Eve on it. But I don't think the other one did, no. Not a fan of the Adam and Eve ones. Not because I'm like not a fan of Adam and Eve. It's just, I don't know, a little weird, pale, naked people on my patterns. Just not my jam. So to each their own. But everything else, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, these are like totally, y'all are gonna die when y'all hear me say this. All right, so these butterflies up here. Now, granted, this chick was, oh, it doesn't say how old she was. Does it say it all on the back? No. Oh, it doesn't say. Dang it. But these things right here, there's supposed to be some kind of those are Mothman. I mean, look at that weird thing like right there, and the weird those are Mothmen. Those are not, those ain't butterflies. Those is Mothmen. And what else would they be? Giant mosquitoes? I mean, they kind of look like giant mosquitoes. I mean, I'm not going to say anything. This person was probably 9 years old doing this, and I sure in hell couldn't do that. But, yeah, those are either Mothmen or giant mosquitoes. I don't know. All right, so then I discovered, this happens to me often. Never heard of this designer. I'm not going to lie, these patterns are rough. Like, they're a little difficult. I'm just going to go ahead and say it now. If anybody is interested in these, be prepared. They look a little difficult. You wouldn't think they are, but it's because like they are hand drawn. Because they are older, from like early 2000s. But we have Merry Christmas. And if this is not, let me get in here closer, the cutest thing. So all these little charms hanging off, like I love how the cat has already pulled down letters. But these little gold charms are actually included in this. This is from 2003. And it's by Springberry Creek Designs. And I got the whole little collection of this cat. I mean, I love them, but I will tell you, and you can see the picture on the back, there's a lot of, in my listing, it'll be a challenging cross stitch, but if you're up for a challenge. This is also Springberry Creek. These are all Springberry Creek. The night before ... cat. So he is pulling on that Christmas tree. And some of these lights in here are done with beads. But what is, oh, it's a reflection of itself. How funny is that? And then this is called The Morning After ... cat. There's the cat. The cat's tail. Sorry, it just reminds me of Christmas Vacation. So, yeah. And if anybody has a cat, y'all know this is 100% accurate. And then I thought this was really cute. So this is called The Ultimate Debate, over versus under. And thankfully, me and my husband, we land on the same. We do it over. And we both agree. So no fighting in our household over versus under. But these patterns are just so, I love them so much. This is Love My Cat ... regardless. And then it looks like there's some beads or something on those. Look, or like that one looks different, but so cute. And then we've got Cat Days of Summer. And he's on this little patched up tube. And you got the little miceys. They're so cute. Look at him jumping into that. And you got these two floating over here. Oh, and then, so this glass right here, here's where it can get a little complicated. It has beads in it to look like beverage and ice cubes. Yeah, this is 2001. So, I'm sure there's a way around it, but just heads up. But yeah, I love those. Love them. All right, so since cat is going to be the word for that other $15 gift card, let me know if you have cats, how many, or if you don't have cats, say, I don't have any cats, but I have blah, 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 blah. So, cats. We'll say, it's hard because then when it's plural, you have to, yeah, let's make it plural. And then if you only have one, then you're just going to have to say, like, I love cats. I have one. Something along those lines, because I'm going to make it plural. God. And then that's how I have to search by the term. I have to put it in exactly. So if you don't put CATS, it's not going to pick it up. Same thing with Q-Snap. It just QSNAP. Put it all together. No hyphens, nothing. Just QSNAP. And just put it all together. And then that will help me when I search. All right. So we got that part done. Woo woo. All right. So now let me move on to, let's do Hot Mess Express. Josephine Baker. We're at 117. Hopefully it won't take me too long. And then, y'all, that fabric, that's embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. It's so pretty. It's so embarrassing how much I got, though. I'm not gonna lie, it's embarrassing. All right, so for everybody that's new, and I keep talking about Hot Mess Express, and you probably have no idea, this is the part where I read you a story. And I pick different things depending on sometimes they actually tie into a pattern that I have, and then other times they're just to read something interesting so that you can learn a little while you stitch. This part is meant for you just to be able to stitch or clean your house or cook your dinner or whatever else, like I do, pack orders while I'm listening to Flosstube. Anything that you need to do to where you are distracted, to where you can't just stare at the TV or phone or iPad or computer for somebody showing you stuff. So this is the part where you can just sit back, relax, do whatever, and then just listen and learn. All right. So Josephine Baker. She was born Frida Josephine McDonald, which is funny because I have an Aunt Frida and I have an Aunt Josephine. They're both passed away, but so let's see. She was born June 1906 and she passed away April 12th, 1975. She was an American-born French entertainer, French resistance agent, and civil rights activist. Her career was centered primarily in Europe, mostly in her adopted France. She was the first Black woman to star in a major motion picture. In 1927, silent film Siren of the Tropics, directed by Mario Napoles and Henry Etavant. Probably not. During her early career, Baker was renowned as a dancer and was among the most celebrated performers to headline she was in the Follies Burger, la la la. I don't know, it's in Paris. Just know that. Her performance in the revue En Vent de Folie in 1927 caused a sensation in the city. Her costume, consisting of only a short skirt of artificial bananas and a beaded necklace became an iconic image and a symbol both of the Jazz Age and the Roaring 20s. And I got a picture of that, folks. It's amazing. It's safe for... This is in 1927. Look at that skirt. It's freaking gorgeous, though. I love it. I love it, but so risque, right? 1927. Okay, Baker was celebrated by artists and intellectuals of the era who dubbed her Black Venus, the Black Pearl, the Bronze Venus, and the Creole Goddess. Born in St. Louis, Missouri, she renounced her U.S. citizenship and became a French national after her marriage to French industrialist Jean Leon. In 1937 is when that happened. She raised her children in France. So she said deuces to America. I'm sure it's because she married a French guy and whatever. But I don't know. You don't have to renounce yourself. We probably did something bad. I mean, Baker refused to perform. Oh, here we go. Baker refused to perform for segregated audiences in the United States and is noted for her contributions to the civil rights movement. In 1968, she was offered unofficial leadership in the movement in the United States by Coretta Scott King following Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination. After thinking it over, Baker declined the offer out of concern of the welfare of her children. That's sad. All right, her early life. Frida Josephine, and it's probably going to be repetitive because this is Wikipedia, and the top part is always like a very condensed summary, and then it gets a little more in depth, so I feel like sometimes I repeat myself, so apologize for that. Early life. Frida Josephine McDonald was born in St. Louis, Missouri. Her mother, Carrie, was adopted in Little Rock, Arkansas in 1886 by Richard and Elvira McDonald, both of whom were former slaves of African and Native American descent. Baker's estate identifies vaudeville drummer Eddie Carson as her natural father, despite evidence to the contrary. That's interesting. Baker's foster son, John Claude Baker, wrote a biography published in 1993 titled Josephine, the Hungry Heart. John Claude Baker did an exhaustive amount of research into the life of Josephine Baker, including the identity of her biological father. In the book, he discusses at length the circumstances surrounding Baker's birth. The records of the city of St. Louis tell an almost unbelievable story. They show that Baker's mother, Carrie McDonald, was admitted to the exclusively white female hospital on May 3rd, 1906, diagnosed as pregnant. She was discharged on June 17th, her baby Frida J. McDonald having been born 2 weeks earlier. Why 6 weeks in the hospital? Especially for a black woman of that time who would customarily have had her baby at home with the help of a midwife. The father was identified on the birth certificate simply as EDW. I think Josephine's father was white, so did Josephine, so did her family. People in St. Louis say that Baker's mother had worked for a German family around the time she became pregnant. I have unraveled many mysteries associated with Josephine Baker, but the most painful mystery of her life, the mystery of her father's identity, I could not solve. The secret died with Carrie, who refused to the end to talk about it, but let people think Eddie Carson was the father, and Carson played along, but Josephine knew better. Scandalous. Josephine spent her early life at 212 Targhee Street, known by some St. Louis residents as Johnson Street, in the Mill Creek Valley neighborhood of St. Louis, a racially mixed low-income neighborhood near Union Station, consisting mainly of rooming houses, brothels, and apartments without indoor plumbing. Josephine was poorly dressed and hungry as a child, and developed street smarts playing in the railroad yards of Union Station. Josephine's mother married Arthur Martin, a kind but perpetually unemployed man, with whom she had a son and 2 more daughters. She took in laundry to wash and to make men's ends meet, and at 8 years old, Josephine began working as a live-in domestic for white families in St. Louis. One woman abused her, burning Josephine's hands when the young girl put too much soap in the laundry. God, people are just... Oh, I hope there's a special place in hell for those people. You have to believe there is, right? By age 12, she had dropped out of school. At 13, she worked as a waitress at the Old Chauffeurs Club at 3133 Pine Street. She also lived as a street child in the slums of St. Louis, sleeping in cardboard shelters, scavenging for food in garbage cans, making a living with street corner dancing. Just break my heart. It was at the Old Chauffeurs Club where Josephine met Willie Wells and subsequently married him at age 13. However, the marriage lasted less than a year. Following her divorce from Wells, she found work with a street performance group called the Jones Family Band. In Baker's teen years, she struggled to have a healthy relationship with her mother, who did not want Josephine to become an entertainer, and scolded her for not tending to her second husband, Willie Baker, whom she married in 1921 at the age of 15. Could you imagine being 13 or 15 for that matter and being married? Nope. I mean, I'm fickle enough now, but 15, you definitely don't know what you want. She left him when her vaudeville troupe was booked into a New York City venue and divorced in 1925. It was during this time she began to see significant career success, and she continued to use his last name professionally for the rest of her life. Though Baker traveled, she would return with gifts and money for her mother and younger half-sister, but the turmoil with her mother pushed her to make a trip to France. Career. Early years. Baker's consistent badgering of a show manager in her hometown led her to being recruited by the St. Louis Choir vaudeville show. The St. Louis Chorus vaudeville show. At the age of 15, she headed to New York City during the Harlem Renaissance, performing at the Platinum Club, Florence Mill's old stomping ground, and in the chorus lines of the groundbreaking and hugely successful Broadway revues Shuffle Along and Adelaide Hall and the Chocolate Dandies. Baker performed as the last dancer on the end of the chorus line, where her act was to perform a comic manner as if she were unable to remember the dance until the encore, at which point she would perform it not only correctly but with additional complexity. A term of the time describes this part of the cast as the pony. Baker was billed at the time as the highest paid chorus girl in vaudeville. Good for her. Her career began with blackface comedy at local clubs. This was the, quotes, entertainment of which her mother had disapproved. However, these performances landed Baker an opportunity to tour in Paris, which would become the place she called home until her final days. I mean, I get why her mother was not happy with that. Paris and the rise to fame. Baker sailed to Paris for a new venture and opened in La Revue Negre. I'm not saying it because I don't want to accidentally say something. On October 2nd, 1925, age 19, and I don't speak French, so at the Theatre des Champs-Élysées, I don't know. And this is the hot mess part. For those of y'all who knew, it's because I can't pronounce anything. In a 1974 interview with The Guardian, Baker explained that she would obtain her first big break in the bustling city. No, I didn't get my first break on Broadway. I was only in the chorus in Shuffle Along and Chocolate Dandies. I became famous first in France in the 1920s. I just couldn't stand America, and I was one of the first colored Americans to move to Paris. Oh yes, Bricktop was there as well. Me and her were the only two, and we had a marvelous time. Of course, everyone who was anyone knew Bricky, and they got to know Miss Baker as well. In Paris, she became an instant success for her erotic dancing and for appearing practically nude on stage. After a successful tour of Europe, she broke her contract and returned to France in 1926 to star at the Folies Bergère, setting the standard for her future acts. Baker performed the Danse Sauvage, I'm sure that's not right, wearing a costume consisting of a skirt made of a string of artificial bananas. Her success coincided with the Exposition des Arts. This is where French would really help. Decor, whatever. Which gave birth to the term Art Deco. And also with a renewal of interest in non-Western forms of art, including African. Baker represented one aspect of this fashion. In later shows in Paris, she was often accompanied on stage by her pet Chiquita. Chiquita. Does that sound like I'm saying the same word? It's a cheetah, like big cat, cheetah. And its name was Chiquita, like Chiquita Banana, who was adorned with a diamond collar. The cheetah frequently escaped into the orchestra pit, where it terrorized the musicians, adding another element of excitement to the show. After a while, Baker was the most successful American entertainer working in France. Ernest Hemingway called her the most sensational woman anyone ever saw. The author spent hours talking with her in Paris bars. Picasso drew paintings depicting her alluring beauty. Jean Cousteau became friendly with her and helped vault her into international stardom. In 1929, Baker became the first African-American star to visit Yugoslavia. While on tour in Central Europe via the Orient Express, in Belgrade. Anyways, she performed at Luxor Balkanski, the most luxurious venue in the city at the time. She included Perot Kilm into her routine as a nod to the local culture, and she donated some of the show's proceeds to poor children of Serbia. I have no idea what that word is. It's a place, maybe it's a city. Zagreb? I don't know. She was received by adoring fans at the train station. However, some of her shows were canceled due to opposition from the local clergy and morality police. They had morality police. Oof. During her travels in Yugoslavia, Baker was accompanied by Count Giuseppe Pepito Abatano. It is a Count. We'll call him Count. Hopefully I don't have to say his name again. At the start of her career in France, Baker had the Count, a Sicilian former stonemason who passed himself off as a Count. Yeah, we're definitely calling him the Count. Although I like Giuseppe. And who pursued her to let him manage her. The Count was not only Baker's management, but her lover as well. The two could not marry because Baker was still married to her second husband, Willie Baker. During this period, she scored her most successful song. Really? It's in French. Jadou Amours. Baker starred in 3 films which found success only in Europe. The silent film Sirens of the Tropics, Zuzu, and Princess Tam Tam, or Tam Tam, I guess. She starred in False Alert in 1940. Except for that's very American of me, because that is not what it says. Under the management of the Count. Baker's stage and public persona, as well as her singing voice, were transformed. In 1934, she took the lead in a revival of Jacques Offenbach's opera La Creole, which premiered in December of that year for a 6-month run at the Theatre Marigny on the Champs I know that's a famous thing, and I don't know what it is. Ulysses. Champs Ulysses of Paris. In preparation for her performances, she went through months of training with a vocal coach. In the words of Shirley Bassey, who has cited Baker as her primary influence, she went from a petite dessonné savant with a decent voice to La Grande Diva Magnifique. I swear in all my life I have never seen and probably never shall see again such a spectacular singer and performer. Despite her popularity in France, Baker never attained the equivalent reputation in America. Her star turn in a 1936 revival of Ziegfeld Follies on Broadway generated less than impressive box office numbers, and later in the run, she was replaced by Gypsy Rose Lee. Time magazine referred to her as Negro Wench. Really? Time magazine? Ugh. Whose dancing and singing might be topped anywhere outside of Paris. While other critics said her voice was too thin and dwarf-like to fill the Winter Garden Theater. She returned to Europe heartbroken. No wonder she hated America. I mean, I know it's not all of America, but still. This contributed to Baker's becoming a legal citizen of France and giving up her American citizenship. I mean, the French loved her. I mean, I get it. Baker returned to Paris in 1937, married the French industrialist John Lyon, and became a French citizen. They were married in the French town of, I'm not saying any of that, ends in grand, in a wedding presided over by the mayor, Jamie Schmidt. Work during World War II. In September 1939, when France declared war on Germany in response to the invasion of Poland, Baker was recruited by the it's something bureau, French military intelligence, as an honorable correspondent. Baker collected what information she could about German troop locations from officials she met at parties. She specialized in gatherings at embassies and ministries, charming people as she always done while gathering information. Her Cafe Society fame enabled her to rub shoulders with those in the know, from high-ranking Japanese officials to Italian bureaucrats, and to report back what she heard. She attended parties and gathered information at the Italian embassy without raising suspicion. When the Germans invaded France, Baker left Paris and went to the Chateau de Milandes, her home in the Dordogne? I don't know. It's in south of France. She housed people who were eager to help the Free French effort led by Charles de Gaulle and supplied them with visas. As an entertainer, Baker had an excuse for moving around Europe, visiting neutral nations such as Portugal, as well as some in South America. She carried information for transmission to England about airfields, harbors, and German troop concentrations in the west of France. Notes were written in invisible ink on Baker's sheet music. As written in Jazz Age Cleopatra, she specialized in gatherings at embassies and ministries, charming people as she always had done, but at the same time trying to remember interesting items to transmit. Later in 1941, she and her entourage went to the French colonies in North Africa. The stated reason was Baker's health. I'm assuming Morocco was probably one of those, since she was recovering from another case of pneumonia. But the real reason was to continue helping the resistance. From a base in Morocco, she made tours of Spain. She penned notes with the information she gathered inside her underwear, counting on her celebrity to avoid a strip search. She met the Pasha of Marrakesh, which I've been to Marrakesh, and my first husband was Moroccan. This guy, y'all will meet soon. He round two. He's a keeper though. Whose support helped her through a miscarriage, the last of several, After the miscarriage, she developed an infection so severe it required hysterectomy. Oh. The infection spread and she developed, I don't know what that word is, peritonitis. So I'm assuming it's an infection of her perineum. And then sepsis. I'm clicking on that word, guys. Sorry. It's inflammation of the perineum. Okay. Going back. After her recovery, which she continued to fall in and out of, she started touring to entertain British, French, and American soldiers in North Africa. The Free French had no organized entertainment network for their troops, so Baker and her entourage managed, for the most part, on their own. They allowed no civilians and charged no admission. After the war, Baker received the Croix de Guerre, I don't know, and the Rosette de la Resistance. She was made a Cavalier of the Legion d'Honneur, I don't know, by General Charles de Gaulle. Y'all just jacked all that up. Anyway, she was given some awards. After the war, Baker's last marriage to French composer and conductor Joe Bouillon ended around the time Baker opted to adopt her 11th child. My. They didn't talk about all them childlings in here. They didn't mention any of them. Maybe we're not there yet. Later career, because that's a lot of children. It's adopt her 11th. Later career. In 1949, a reinvented Baker returned in triumph to the Follies Berger. Bolstered by recognition of her wartime heroics, Baker, the performer, assumed a new gravitas, unafraid to take on serious music or subject matter. The engagement was a rousing success and re-established Baker as one of Paris's preeminent entertainers. In 1951, Baker was invited back to the United States for a nightclub engagement in Miami. After winning a public battle over desegregating the club's audience, Baker followed up her sold-out run at the club with a national tour. Rave reviews and enthusiastic audiences accompanied her everywhere, climaxed by a parade in front of 100,000 people in Harlem in honor of her new title, NAACP's Woman of the Year. In 1952, Baker was hired to crown the Queen of the Cavalcade of Jazz for the famed 8th Cavalcade of Jazz concert held at Wrigley Field in Los Angeles, which was produced by Leon Heflin Sr. on June 1st. Also featured to perform that day were Roy Brown and his Mighty Men, Anna Mae Winburn and her sweethearts, Tony Harper, Louis Jordan, Jimmy Witherspoon, and Jerry Wallace. An incident at the Stork Club in October 1951 interrupted and overturned her plans. Baker criticized the club's unwritten policy of discouraging black patrons, then scolded columnist Walter Winchell, an old ally, for not rising in her defense. Winchell responded swiftly with a series of harsh public rebukes, including accusations of communist sympathies, a serious charge in 1951. The ensuing publicity resulted in the termination of Baker's work visa, forcing her to cancel all her engagements and return to France. It was almost a decade before U.S. officials allowed her back into the country. It's ridiculous. In January 1966, Fidel Castro invited Baker to perform at the Teatro Musical de la Habana in Havana, Cuba, at the 7th anniversary celebration of his revolution. Her spectacular show in April broke attendance records. In 1968, Baker visited Yugoslavia and made appearances in Belgrade and in, I don't know that word, Spoka. In her latter career, Baker faced financial troubles. She commented, "Nobody wants me, they've forgotten me." But family members encouraged her to continue performing. In 1973, she performed at Carnegie Hall to a standing ovation. The following year, she appeared at the Royal Variety performance at the London Palladium, and then at the, what is that one? Monacan Red Cross Gala, celebrating her 50 years in French show business. Advancing years and exhaustion began to take their toll. She sometimes had trouble remembering lyrics, and her speeches between songs tended to ramble. She still continued to captivate audiences of all ages. Yeah, but I bet her ramblings were really interesting. Civil rights activism. Although based in France, Baker supported the civil rights movement during the 1950s. When she arrived in New York with her husband, Joe, they were refused reservations at 36 hotels because of racial discrimination. She was so upset by this treatment that she wrote articles about the segregation in the United States. She also began traveling into the South. She gave a talk at Fisk University, a historically black college in Nashville, Tennessee. Woo woo, Nashville! On France, North Africa, and the equality of the races in France. She refused to perform for segregated audiences in the United States, although she was offered $10,000 by a Miami club. The club eventually met her demands. Her insistence on mixed audiences helped to integrate live entertainment shows in Las Vegas, Nevada. After this incident, she began receiving threatening phone calls from people claiming to be from the Ku Klux Klan, but said publicly that she was not afraid of them. You go, girl. In 1951, Baker made charges of racism against Sherman Bingsley's Stork Club in Manhattan, where she had been refused service. Actress Grace Kelly, who was at the club at the time, rushed over to Baker, took her by the arm, and stormed out with her entire party, vowing never to return. Although she returned January 3rd, 1956, with Prince Rainier, Monaco. The two women became close friends after the incident. When Baker was near bankruptcy, Kelly offered her a villa and financial assistance. Kelly by then was Princess Consort of Rainier III of Monaco. However, during his work on the Stork Club book, author and New York Times reporter Ralph was contacted by Jean-Claude Baker, one of Baker's sons. Having read this Ralph guy's written story about Leonard Bernstein's FBI file, he indicated that he had read his mother's FBI file, and using comparison of the file to the tapes, said he thought the Stork Club incident was overblown. Interesting. Baker worked with the NAACP. Her reputation as a crusader grew to such an extent that the NAACP had Sunday, May 20th, 1951, declared Josephine Baker Day. She was presented with a life membership with the NAACP by Nobel Peace Prize winner Dr. Ralph Bunche. The honor she was paid spurred her to further her crusading efforts with the Save Willie McGee rally. McGee was a black man in Mississippi convicted of raping a white woman in 1945 on the basis of dubious evidence and sentenced to death. Baker attended rallies for McGee and wrote letters to Fielding Wright, the governor of Mississippi, asking him to spare McGee's life. Despite her efforts, McGee was executed in 1951. As the decorated war hero who was bolstered by the racial equality she experienced in Europe, Baker became increasingly regarded as controversial. Some black people even began to shun her, fearing that her outspokenness and racy reputation from her earlier years would hurt the cause. Excuse me. In 1963, she spoke at the March on Washington at the side of Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. Baker was the only official female speaker. While wearing her Free French uniform emblazoned with her Medal of the Légion d'Honneur, she introduced the Negro Women for Civil Rights. Rosa Parks and Daisy Bates were among those she acknowledged, and both gave brief speeches. Not everyone involved wanted Baker present at the march. Some thought her time overseas had made her a woman of France, one who was disconnected from the civil rights issues going on in America. In her powerful speech, one of the things Baker notably said was, "I have walked into the palaces of kings and queens and into the houses of presidents, and much more. But I could not walk into a hotel in America and get a cup of coffee, and that made me mad. And when I get mad, you know that I open my big mouth, and then look out, because when Josephine opens her mouth, they hear it all over the world. Oh my God, I love her. I love her so much. After King's assassination, his widow, Coretta Scott King, approached Baker in the Netherlands to ask if she would take her husband's place as the leader of the civil rights movement. After many days of thinking it over, Baker declined, saying her children were too young to lose their mother. That's sad. It does have her personal life here. It's the relationships. Her first marriage was to American Pullman porter Willie Wells when she was only 13 years old. The marriage was reportedly very unhappy, and the couple divorced a short time later. Another short-lived marriage followed to Willie Baker. In 1921, she retained Baker's last name because her career began taking off during that time, and it was the name by which she became best known. While she had 4 marriages to men, John Claude Baker writes that Josephine also had several relationships with women. Josephine Baker was bisexual. During her time in the Harlem Renaissance arts community, one of her relationships with the blues singer Clara Smith. In 1925, she began an extramarital relationship with the Belgian novelist Georges Simenon. In 1937, Baker married Frenchman Jean Leon. She and Leon separated in 1940. She married French composer and conductor Joe Bouillon. Get a lot of yawns in here. In 1947, and their union also ended in divorce but lasted 14 years. She was later involved for a time with the artist Robert Bradley, but they never married. Baker was also involved in sexual liaisons, if not relationships, with Ada Bricktop Smith, French novelist Colette, and possibly Frida. I don't know how to say Frida's last name. That's sad. Interesting, though. And I didn't know Frida was into women. Did I miss something? I think I missed something. Or was that a secret? I mean, I know it was always had to be a secret. But interesting. Children. During Baker's work with the civil rights movement, she began adopting children. Formerly a family she often referred to as the Rainbow Tribe, Baker wanted to prove that children of different ethnicities and religions could still be brothers. She often took the children with her cross-country, and when they were at Chateau de Milans, she arranged tours so visitors could walk the grounds and see how natural and happy the children in the Rainbow Tribe were. Her estate featured hotels, a farm, rides, and the children singing and dancing for the audience. She charged admission for visitors to enter and partake in the activities, which included watching the children play. She created dramatic backstories for them, picking with clear intent in mind. At one point, she wanted and planned to get a Jewish baby, but settled for a French one instead. She also raised them as different religions to further her model for the world, taking 2 children from Algeria and raising one Muslim and the other Catholic. One member of the tribe, John Claude Baker, said she wanted a doll. Oh, so he's the child that wrote the book. Sounds a little social experiment-y, but I'm sure I understand the basis of what she was trying to prove. Though we're all the same. Baker raised 2 daughters, French-born Marianne and Moroccan-born Stelina, and 10 sons, Korean-born Jano, Japanese-born Akio, Colombian-born Louis, Finnish-born Jari, French-born Jean-Claude and Noel, Israel-born Mosa, and Algerian-born Brahim, Ivorian-born Coffee, and Venezuelan-born Mara. And for some time, Baker lived with her children in an enormous staff in the chateau in Dordogne, France, with her 4th husband, Joe Bouillon. So she had, so y'all think that's what, I just lost her name. Angelina Jolie was doing. She was maybe had influence. Josephine Baker influenced her. Don't know. Later years and death. In her later years, Baker converted to Roman Catholicism. In 1968, Baker lost her castle owing to unpaid debts. Afterwards, Princess Grace offered her an apartment at it's a place near Monaco. Baker was back on stage at the Olympian in Paris in 1968, in Belgrade and at Carnegie Hall in 1973, and at the Royal Variety Performance at the London Palladium, I don't know, and at the Gala des Cirques in Paris in 1974. On April 8th, 1975, Baker starred in a retrospective review at the Balbino in Paris. Josephine Balbino? I don't know. 1975, celebrating her 50 years in show business. The review, financed notably by Prince Rainier, Princess Grace, and Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, opened to rave reviews. Demand for seating was such that fold-out chairs had to be added to accommodate spectators. Opening night audience included Sophie Loren, Mick Jagger, Shirley. I must have been saying Shirley's name wrong because apparently she's I don't know who she is. Shirley Bassey, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Diana Ross and Liza Minnelli. 4 days later, Baker was found lying peacefully in her bed, surrounded by newspapers with glowing reviews of her performance. She was in a coma after suffering a cerebral hemorrhage. She was taken to the hospital where she died, age 68, on April 12, 1975. She received a full Roman Catholic funeral that was held at La Iglesia, in something Madeline. Sorry, cannot pronounce that. The only American-born woman to receive full French military honors at her funeral. Baker's funeral was the occasion of a huge procession. After a family service at St. Charles Church in Monte Carlo, Baker was interred at Monaco's Cemetery de Monaco. Maybe. And then she's got some places that are named after her in Paris. She's also been inducted into the St. Louis Walk of Fame, into the Hall of Famous Missourians, and at the wax sculpture. It's on permanent display at the Museum of Black History. Just trying to see what else. Somebody credited her with being the Beyonce of her day. I was seeing. Beyonce performed Baker's Banana Dance at the Fashion Rocks concert at Radio City Music Hall in September 2006. Interesting. On June 3rd, 2017, the 111th anniversary of her birth, Google released an animated Google Doodle, which consisted of a slideshow chronicling her life and achievements. That's cool. That's awesome. Yep. Oops. In August 2019, Baker was one of the honorees inducted into the Rainbow Honor Walk, a walk of fame in San Francisco's Castro neighborhood, noting LGBTQ people who have made significant contributions in their fields. That's awesome. So that was lots of interesting things. I mean, she had a life, right? Sound like an amazing woman, and I'm sure she was. I'm sure it was amazing to know her. And then I love that she was friends with prim and proper Grace Kelly. I love it. But Josephine sounds like she's been fun to hang out with. Just saying. All right, we are 2 hours. We are 2 hours in. Oh my God. Yawning. We're 2 hours in, and I haven't done personal haul. I don't know whether I should do a different video. Now I'll just do it. I don't have anything that I don't have to edit, so we'll just do it. We start off with, oh, we got my Halloween Figs block of the month number 9, my quilt fabric. And then I also got I'm part of the fabric of the month for Fortnite fabric. The shades of gray, which this is Honk, it's 18 count Ada. So pretty. And then this is the Rick and Morty 18 count. It's part of the famous duos. So I love those colors. And then I went on, I don't know if these were supposed to be for a project or I just went crazy. I got some Valdanis. Little collection box. Look, I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. So, I don't know. And I ordered these so long ago because they came from Witchell. Because I ordered like beads and stuff for that Christmas star. And like, I didn't even remember ordering those. I don't drink that. I mean, like, I'll have a drink every now and then. But I don't, I mean, sometimes I order stuff and I go, was I drinking? Because like, I don't remember at all. All right, so this is a little bit of a spoiler. If you are part of Stitch Toolbox mystery bag of the month, look away. Look away. Here's the bag. It's so cute. And then it comes with, oops, that little needle minder. And then she always includes a pattern. If I can get it unstuck from the vinyl. So Twin Peak Primitives. Love it. And then there's some candy in there. Let me get everything forward. I got a sucker. Oh, and some little confetti. Oh, and a ribbon and there's a little Cupid charm in there. That's cute. I love her bags of the month. Love them. Okay. Okay, this is the small part of the fabric haul because I am part of the Fabric Flare fabric of the month from Fat Quarter Shop. And this is Cotton Candy. It's printed. It's Fabric Flare. It's pink. It's real pink. All right, guys. I'm not joking when I said I had a lot of fabric. I'll get this stuff put on the floor. All right. Let me pull out all the 14 count first. This is ridiculous. All right. So these are all the 14 counts. I told y'all. It's embarrassing. All right, and these don't have names. I mean, I guess they have numbers on them, but I don't know if those numbers really mean anything. But these are all volcano stitching, and I got it in like her Friday night whatevers. So this is all the 14 count Ada ones. Let me open it up. It's pink-ish. It's a pinky purple and dark gray. I mean, it's gorgeous. I'm trying to go through these fast. This is like a green. I'm leaving all these folded in half. And I don't need fabric for a while. And again, I'm showing all the 14. I don't have any like bright sunshine yellow. So that was gorgeous. All right, so I got these next two because, so I want to stitch like everything on Jody fabric, because why wouldn't you? But I can't have everything on Jody fabric, so I needed something else that kind of was like a crazy murder scene, bloodbath situation. So that's when I got these next two, because they just look kind of chaotic and bloody. That's what I should have done. Instead of doing Cupid on February 14th, I should have done the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. And this is like a pale pink and gray. It's kind of, you can't really tell. This is all still 14 count. And they're folded in half. These are all like fat quarters. Look at this one. I love this one so much. I mean, oh, it's so gorgeous. I don't know what I'm gonna put on it, but love it. This is just a kind of a brown. It's kind of a mud color. Not really showing up great on here. Here's my last 14 count. Love it. I love it. All right, so that's all the 14s. And then I got 16s. Okay. And these are all the 16s. Told y'all, it's embarrassing. So these are all 16 count Aidas. These blues are just gorgeous. Some of the ones I got, they're kind of in the same color families as I have in other accounts, but they're so pretty. Let me back side of that. Look at that one. God, it's gorgeous. I need to figure out how to dye my own fabric. Like, I think I would have fun playing around with the colors and stuff, but then I feel like everything I would do would turn out to be mud. Like, I'd have nothing but brown fabric. Oh, so gorgeous. And then it's a lengthy process too. And this one's a green gray. It's like, it's just a greeny gray. I don't know how to describe it. It's just a brown. Some more of this beautiful green. All right. So those are the 16 count. And now for the 18 count. I told you this is embarrassing. So this is the 18. Oh, I love that one. This is pink and light blue. It's so pretty. Got me some bright ones, that's for sure. Oh, love it. Very sun. This one is purple and blue. Yeah, okay. It's showing up. Dropping it. And then this one's a green. I mean, I should never have to buy fabric for a project, right? Oh, I love this one. This reminds me of like the Joker. I mean, it's not as much purple in it, but those are very much the Joker colors. That purple and green. And I love purple and green because green is my favorite color. Purple is my second favorite. With blue coming in, hot third. This is a green. It's a little lighter than what it's showing in there. It shows pretty dark there. But I don't think it's that dark. It's more of a lighter green. Here's some more of that. Beautiful. God, it's so pretty. Oof. Y'all should really, I mean, I really love her fabric. Y'all should check out that Facebook page. Just you don't have to go bananas like I did. Green and purple again. Because I went bananas. Look how beautiful that is. I like heavily modeled stuff, if you can't tell. And this is like a green. Not really, looks more blue on there, but it's green. Now, this one's blue. Look at that. God, that's so pretty. Oh, love it. These are all the 18. Okay, last one. And it's crazy. It's wild. Absolutely stunning. Look at this side. Oh. I think you can just hang that, right? You don't even have to put stitches on it. That's just so beautiful. So yeah, so I'm excited. So this whole piece, let me open this sucker up. Oh my God, it's so gorgeous. So yeah, y'all really need to check her out. Facebook group is Volcano Stitching. I told y'all it was a lot. I gotta rearrange my fabric carts because I gotta figure out how to store these so I can easily get to them, because if you just bury them, you're never gonna use them, right? So plan for projects being on Volcano Stitching fabric. So that's it for day. As long as hell. It's 2 hours and 11. That's not that bad. It's 2 hours and 11 minutes. It's not that much more than normal. So if you made it this far, and I bet some of y'all have already put comments in and you won't know to do this, but that's fine. If you've made it this far, put a let's see, what emoji can we use that's not one that somebody would just randomly put? A pineapple. Put a pineapple in your comment. I mean, I'm already asking you to put Q-snap in there, and I'm already asking you to put cats in there. So let's throw the emoji, little emoji pineapple. Just curious who actually watches this crap all the way through. This is interesting. All right, I'm gonna get off here, and I'm gonna go make me a hot dog, because my husband bought giant hot dogs from like Sam's Club, but they're like, they kind of like the skin snaps. It's nice. It's but they don't fit in the buns right. He bought me lobster roll buns, and I have to eat the hot dog like a sandwich because the hot dog's so damn big. And then it splits the bun, and so then I'm holding it. It's a whole thing. I'm not going to get into it on here because it's not going to look great. But they're yummy. And then I'm going to eat a chocolate chip cookie afterwards. So, yeah. So this will probably go up Monday because, again, 2 hours, 13 minutes. It'll take me four or 5 hours to get it. 2 hours to get it formatted, and then another 2 hours to upload. So, yeah. I will, hopefully I said everything I need to say. If I didn't, sorry. I will, be watching some new Flosstubes. I'll talk about them next few weeks, since this is so long and I just keep talking. And I'm doing a Midwest goodbye, and I'm not even from the Midwest. Yeah. All right, guys. I hope you have a wonderful stitchy week, and I will see you next week. It'll be in the middle of March Madness, and we'll have the special hubby video. So he had to wait for his beard to grow back. He had to shave it. So I was like, how fast do you think that thing's going to grow in? Because we're not doing the video until your beard grows in. So, yeah. But, okay. Have a wonderful stitchy day. Bye.